we need a discourse on all of these things. In fact, that would be a very important contribution, I think, that political scientists are making and could make to the discourse in Canadian politics. The rationale for sales tax. Where do deficits come from? Where does inflation come from? Does inflation really come from the federal Liberals? No. The inflation was caused by the pandemic and the war. That's where it came from, full stop, end of story. And in fact, inflation is less in Canada than it is in the rest of the advanced industrial world. These kinds of discussions about complex issues. We need serious discussion about them. We can't have simple answers. For Poilievre to put forward the cryptocurrency as the answer to the crisis is silly. Makes for a good talking point, but it's silly. And for anyway, that kind of sustained adult scientific discourse about complex problems is what we need politically. And I look forward to the political leaders who give it to us.
And unfortunately, the hazard of political populism, I mean, populism is anti-elitism, and there's kind of a slippery slope there. I mean, there's nothing essentially wrong with anti-elitism. Some elites deserve skepticism and criticism, but there's kind of a slippery slope into skepticism towards courts, towards science, towards economists. I mean, well, Danielle Smith's comments about the constitutional experts who were panning the Alberta Sovereignty Act, it just straight out of the kind of populist phrase book, it's so unfortunately those winds are blowing very very hard, especially from the right, in terms of not having a civilized discourse. And
But
again,
it's this, but it's a discourse that we need, and so we find ways of having that discourse. I think that calling out leaders on the issues, and it's trying to get the discourse onto the plane of the issues is the task that we face. We'll see how it goes. In terms of I think this discussion was prompted by who would be best suited to what would be the likely political outcome or electoral outcome of different leaders for the party. Once again, my answer will be I don't know. It's very hard to tell. I think probably Brian Jean would do better than Danielle Smith in terms of the election campaign. That's just a guess on my part. But whoever gets elected, the challenge remains focusing onto the policy issues that affect people in Alberta and having a intelligent discussion about them and not an emotionally charged, backward-looking discussion which looks to blame this person, that group, and this person for the problems that have happened, but instead looks for the real underlying issues and for real solutions. That's the challenge we face, and we'll see what happens.